What's up, everybody? This is Miguel at Miguel's Auto Works, and let's do a tool tour. Alright, so starting right here in this corner, we have my power bleeder. Right here we have an oil jug. Just put some extra oil in there for when that gets full. And we have my Milwaukee speaker. In this corner we have our wheel blocks. Right here we have a vacuum pump. This is for when I do air conditioning jobs. And then we got all my batteries here, as well as my jump pack. Right here I got some work mats, jack with the handles there, and we got two jack stands with pads on it as well. These are my Milwaukee 3-drawer pack outs. So starting off with the top drawer, we do have all my power tools, and now on the second drawer we have all of the sockets. All this is 3/8 right here. Then we have all of our Allen, various extensions and swivels, and then my 1/4-inch set right here with ratchet. And over here we have all of our 1/2-inch, low profile, as well as our standard deep 12-point sockets as well. Now the third drawer is a bit of a mess. Ratchets, which I do use fairly often. This is a die-hard swivel head standard 8-inch ratchet, as well as a couple extensions that I put on here. And then these are my sockets for the Milwaukee Insider ratchet. I have wrenches. I have some various ones here. Oh, these are the ones I use the most off, open end, straight, with a ratcheting box end. And then right here I do have my 1/4-inch stuff. Under there is just some washers. And now for the fifth drawer, these are all my pliers. We have a couple of specialty pliers up back here, vice grips, adjustables, as well as needle nose pliers, various other pliers, as well as my oil filter wrench and some trim tool removal pliers, as well as a set of scissors. And on the sixth drawer, this is probably the worst drawer out of all of them. Bigger screwdrivers and some trim tools as well. I'll throw in here, as well as my Allen stuff. And as you see right here next to it, I do have my breaker bars as well as my longer pry bars as well. Now over here in this first Milwaukee ammo box, we do have all of my electrical diagnosis stuff, test lights, multimeter, fuse testers as well, and all my stuff to also solder and make new connections if I ever need to do any repairs on any wires or connectors. Right here I do have a medical kit, and then down in the lower one I have my specialty sockets, my lug nut sockets, as well as my oxygen sensor sockets and axle nut sockets as well. And in here we have some stuff I don't use too often, such as my feeler gauges. And down in here we have drill bits and some plastic razors, extractor socket set as well, various clips, nuts and bolts, and then we also have all of my silicones and sealants there, as well as my punch set and an impacting screwdriver. Right next to my pack out ammo crates, I do have an air reel here. Now I do power it with my Milwaukee M18 compressor, and right above that I just have some blankets, as well as my diagnosis bag, which I do use for my scan tool, battery tester, air conditioning, leak detector as well. I do also keep an oil mat, as well as my kneeling pad. Then right in the center, I do have my charger. Now we do have some plywood here. These smaller ones I use for my jack stands if I ever have to work in the dirt, and this larger one I do use for the jack. Now coming around on the passenger side, and I do have my set of R134A gauges, as well as a couple of funnels, and my bungee cords as well. And then on this side over here I have my hangers, and then I have a Milwaukee pack out crate, which is what I use for all my chemicals, brake cleaner, WD-40. Then right here, right next to the plywood, I do have my 3/8 torque wrench, as well as my 1/2-inch torque wrench. So a few of you with a sharp eye would have noticed this is a Nissan Versa hatchback, and I did remove the rear seats and made this custom plywood floor, as well as these little brackets here that holds everything in nice and steady so nothing bounces around as I'm driving. Now that is all the stuff I use for my mobile mechanic business. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.